Alright, hello everybody. Holy moly, what a day. Whew, already technical difficulties out the wazoo, but I think we are good to go now. Ladies and gentlemen, today is Sunday, December 30th, 2017. I am DSP, Darkside Phil, Phil I am, Big Philly Blunt, whatever you like to call me. I am here for a day full of fun. A very special day, alright? A very special day in regards to what I'm doing. Something I've never done before, although ridiculous amounts of streamers have done this before. It's the first time I'm officially really even doing it. Alright. Did I say Sunday? It's Saturday. It's Saturday, December 30th. People are saying I said it was Sunday. Well, that's kind of the day it is for me already. I'm like in a whirlwind. This morning I've been trying to get everything ready, working for today's stream. Some stuff worked, some stuff didn't, and then power went out last night and screwed up a bunch of my stuff too. So, lots of technical difficulties, but you guys don't need to know about that. Alright, so what's going on? What is going on today, folks? Today is different from all of my other usual streams. Why is that? Alright. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the primary purpose of today, yes, of course, is to play games and have fun with you. But, the major focus today for me is to try to raise funds. And you might say, raise funds. Okay, what does that mean? Why are you raising funds? What is going on? Well, folks, as I've explained many times, but I'll explain again, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Alright, of what's going on here. Alright? The benefit of the doubt, here it is. Months and months ago, I suffered a lot of financial issues because of lots of things that happened this year in regards to YouTube, in regards to ad revenue. My whole business had been based around, and my whole income had been based around making ad revenue on YouTube videos. As you know, there was the YouTube adpocalypse this year, and YouTube ad revenue was about halved for about everybody. All right, no exaggeration. Everyone is basically making about half what they used to on YouTube videos. All right. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal, and here's what's going on. Because of that, I had to adjust everything that I do, alright? I had to adjust everything that I did. I had to make it a different kind of a focus. Alright, I did. I had to make it so that instead of being YouTube focused, where it's all about YouTube videos, YouTube videos, YouTube videos, I completely changed everything around to be stream focused. And in the year 2017, I must say I've seen much success here on my Twitch channel in regards to being stream focused. I've seen exponential growth in the amount of people who show up for my streams, tons of subscriptions compared to what I used to have, follows. Everything's been very, very positive in regards to that, all right? I cannot complain at all in regards to how things have grown here on Twitch this year. All right. It's been amazingly positive. All right. And I'm happy for that. All right. I'm absolutely happy for that. And the thing is, because of you guys adjusting and accepting my changes, realizing more that I am more of a live streamer now than a YouTuber. All right. It's been, yes, was there an adjustment period? Absolutely. There were some people who were very resistant to it. They didn't understand, oh my God, I'm trying to watch Phil's videos on YouTube and there's pop-ups on the screen. Oh, I get it. Listen, there's always a transition period. But for the most part, all right, for the most part, in regards to, everything going on, it's been good. It's been a positive experience and there's been a lot of, good stuff happening. All right. But that being said, all of a sudden out of nowhere, again, something else happens, right? It's like it's never done. It's never enough. I strive to change, to be better, and trying to have fun, and just trying to be a gamer on the internet who has fun. 10 years, by the way. As of 2018, it will be a 10-year legacy that I've been making videos for YouTube. All right? And I've been doing all kinds of this fun stuff, sharing my life experiences with you, and just, in general, having a good time, being a gamer on the internet. 10 years. A lot of people don't last that long. I mean, name another YouTuber who really you could say it lasted 10 years doing just gameplay, right? Good luck. So that being said, there's a legacy behind what I do. And, you know, every year I have different roadblocks that I face, although 2017 pretty much was the toughest year I've ever faced. And if you want a full story of what happened to me this year, watch my Christmas stuff. All right, I did a big Christmas day, you know, special IRL stream that explained everything that happened. All right, and I hope that you guys have at least watched it, or if not, you will watch it, because it was one hell of a year for me, let me tell you. And I basically struggled and strived to keep afloat, and I did. And then, you know, it was really good. Everything was positive. People loved the streams. People loved the interactivity, the changes that I made. Everything's good. You know, even YouTube. Even though YouTube isn't my focus anymore, still kind of succeeded in still being supplementary income for me. Everything's been good. Then, something horrible happened, all right? Something really fucking shitty happened. All of a sudden, I get notification in the fall, it was, I think, just September, early September of 2017, that since I moved here to the state of Washington in 2014, I should have registered as a business, which was not required when I lived in Connecticut, by the way. So there's no way that I personally would have known this was required. I should have been paying business and occupation taxes for 3.5 years. And now I was going to be responsible not only for, you know, 3 to 3.5 years of back taxes, but a big payment of taxes due for the year of 2017 that's due at the end of January 2018. And I'm like, well, this is not good. How was I supposed to be responsible for something I didn't know about? I have a tax attorney. Why the hell didn't this tax attorney tell me? In fact, when I had moved across the country from Connecticut to Washington in 2014, I specifically asked in writing to my tax attorney, should I get a new tax attorney / accountant here in Washington who would know better, you know, the laws of taxes in the state of Washington? He said, no, I can still be your tax attorney. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of everything for you. You know, basically, he said he was well versed enough to do it, and he would take responsibility for it. All right. And then, guess what? He didn't. He didn't do it. He basically was being a dick and just wanted my money. He wanted a continuous paycheck from me. And he didn't want to do due diligence to actually do any research to find out what taxes were owed in this state. So, for 3.5 years, I live here, and I'm paying federal taxes like I'm supposed to. And I am doing that correctly. But I'm not paying any of this state business tax that apparently I'm owing. And apparently I finally, you know, they caught wind of it. And now I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? You know, I'm barely making ends meet. YouTube ad revenue crashed in early 2017. I really had to change things up and do this streaming focus, and I'm barely paying my bills every month. You know, I'm doing minimum payments on most stuff. You know, I tried to short sell my condo in Connecticut this year. If you guys don't know what that means, it means I basically tried to get rid of the condo back in Connecticut that I'm stuck with, because I owe way more on the mortgage than the condo is worth, as in I owe like 1.5 to 2 times as much on my mortgage than what the condo is now worth, because real estate values have plummeted in Connecticut. So I tried to sell it for way under what it's worth, way under what I owe, and I tried to get the bank to accept it, and they wouldn't. So I can't even get rid of the place in Connecticut, this fucking stupid condo, because you know, everything in Connecticut tanked, and the bank won't accept my offer to get rid of it. So I did every possible thing. I cut back on all my finances this year. I got rid of cable TV. I cut back on my cell phone. I got rid of this stupid other phone line that I had that I didn't need, that I got when I first moved here. I got rid of a lot of things. I cut back on a lot of things, all right? And, you know, I was barely making ends meet, but it was working. I was like, yes, you know, even though YouTube ad revenue plummeted because of the changes I've made to my lifestyle, to the changes that I made to my streaming and everything, everything's working positively. And then I get hit with this, oh, by the way, you're going to owe thousands and thousands of dollars for back taxes. It was like the last straw. Okay? It was like the absolute last fucking straw. All right? And I couldn't take it. It was like, this is enough, dude. This is seriously enough. I'm not, yeah, you get to a point where you do as much as you can on your own. And really, that's the kind of person I am. I always want to try to fix things on my own. It was very hard for me back, 2 years ago to even start using Patreon. I had to, like, swallow my fucking pride, right? In order to even start using Patreon, because I always was like, I'm under the impression I could do it myself. I'll fix it myself. And, sometimes you got to stop being stubborn. and you have to open up and you have to realize that it's more about getting support from others to help rather than always being about yourself. All right. This year was a big year where I had to rely on you guys constantly because of the new streaming focus, and it was a very big change for me. You know, when it came down to the fact where, you know, now I find out I owe these back taxes. A big lump sum of these taxes will be due at the end of January. That's going to be the 2017 yearly tax bill. Plus, I'm going to owe back taxes, which are still being calculated, and it's probably going to be an ongoing payment plan where I have to pay those. Plus, I'm going to get a big bill from this new tax attorney. I have a new tax accountant attorney here in Washington State who actually knows the fucking laws of the state. And he's very expensive. All right. And, you know, to the point where I know it's going to be thousands of dollars in bills. In fact, already he's billed me over $1,000, which I've had to pay. But I'm basically I'm at the end of my financial leg here. I have no more money. I have no money to pay these taxes. I have no money to pay this guy, his tax bill, his tax attorney. You know what I mean? I need your help. Now, the good news is I announced all this about, I'd say 3 weeks ago. It was very early December. And, well, actually, was it late November? I'm trying to remember the exact date when I revealed all this to you guys. Actually, I think it was actually wasn't it the Thanksgiving Ask the King? It might have been. I can't really remember. I think it was the Thanksgiving Ask the King. So about a month ago. You guys have been incredibly generous. You have some people who have done some really big pledges to Patreon. We've had people who have done some really large tips on stream. We've had people cheering and subbing. It's been really good. And I am proud to say, and very happy to say, in the past month, I've raised about $2,000 extra on top of what I usually do in order to help pay for this situation. The problem being, that might not even be enough to cover just the bill from the tax attorney. Since this guy has basically done almost no work and already billed me $1,000, chances are I'm going to be paying thousands more, all right, to get this done. Plus, then the bill due at the end of January, plus the ongoing back tax bill. All right. So, all that being said, all right, today, what is the purpose of today? Is this a charity stream? No. I never said it was. Charity, if you're not aware, is when you donate to something that's non-for-profit. Okay? A good example of charity would be, you know, there was a hurricane down in Texas. It destroyed a bunch of homes. Those people don't have enough money to rebuild their homes, so you donate, and the Red Cross or whatever goes in there and helps them out. That's charity. That's not the purpose of this stream, all right? The purpose of this stream is very simple. If you're a viewer of mine, if you're a fan of mine, or if you're just a nice person in general, and you followed me at any point during my internet legacy, 10 years of me putting out free gameplay videos for you, live streaming for you daily, sharing my raw gameplay experiences, and just being a very, you know, honest person with you guys up front about my life for the past 10 years. And you've enjoyed the quality of the stuff that I've put out in the past 3.5 years since I've lived in Washington, all right? Just think of all the playthroughs that have come out of that, all the quality of the streams, the quality of everything that I do, all right? If you enjoy that and you want to see it continue, you don't want to have me basically have to leave this house, because that's what's going to happen is if I can't raise enough funds in the next couple of weeks, and it's about a couple of weeks, because I believe what's going to happen is my tax attorney / accountant will do this work based off of knowing what I made in 2017, and he's going to tell me in the next 2 weeks what I owe. He's going to send me like a payment coupon book or whatever to pay this at the end of January, and then I have to pay it. So I have a couple weeks left, all right? Probably about 2 weeks, I would think, to raise the amount of money that I need not only to pay whatever this is going to be, which I don't know yet, plus to pay my tax attorney bill, and then to have enough funds moving forward to pay this ongoing whatever back tax payment's going to be once it's been determined, all right? Okay? So, that's the point of this stream, is to try to help me out with this situation. And the bottom line is, if I don't raise enough funds in the next 2 weeks, and I'm told, well, here's the bill, and I'm like, well, I can't afford it, he's going to say, well, you're going to go into default, and the longer you don't pay it, the more fees you're going to owe, the more interest you're going to owe. Basically, you're going to owe a ton of money on top of what you're doing, right? It's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse to the point where, you know, sadly, you know, I may go into financial ruin. And really the only thing that I have, and this is the God's honest truth, the only real value that I have to anything that I own would be my house here in Washington. This house has some equity in it. Does it have a ridiculous amount of equity? No. But since I moved here, the home values have gone up. So if I were to sell my house now, all right, and basically go through this process that'll probably take months, 6 months or more, to try to get the house cleaned up, put it on the market, have people coming in looking at it and trying to sell it, and then me finding another place to live here in Washington, moving all my stuff, selling a ton of my shit, because that's the bottom line is no matter where I move, it's going to be much smaller. It won't be a house like this. It'll probably end up being a smaller apartment or whatever. You know, determining what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to get rid of, trying to sell all kinds of shit out of this house because it's furnished, you know. It's going to be, number one, an arduous process that's going to take up a lot of my time and effort and energy, which means, guess what? I won't be able to do daily live streams for you guys anymore. It won't be like it is now. I won't be able to put out the amount of fun, entertaining gameplay content for you guys like I do now. It's just a fact. There's no way that I will be able to sell this house in 2017 to pay back taxes and still maintain the schedule that I'm doing. All right. So chances are, if I do have to sell this house, the only thing it's going to do is do a short-term solution where I'll temporarily fix my taxes short-term. But the fact that I won't be able to work as much means that it's going to be a negative. Basically, I'm going to have to sink into whatever profits I make from selling this house to pay my bills because I won't be able to work. And that's what's going to suck is you're talking about a situation that's not going to fix anything. Basically, what it's going to do is put me out of the tax situation and put me right back to square one where I'm barely paying my bills or whatever. It's not going to help anything. All right. Number two, I have plans for 2018. As I've told you guys in the past few weeks. All right. In the past few weeks, I basically explained to you guys what I'm planning on doing in 2018. I would like my girlfriend, who I've been now dating since the summer, to move in with me during 2018, to have a life with me here in Washington, to share, our experiences all the time, to have an additional income because she works, so we'd have additional income coming into the house. That would help things out. It's been incredibly tough for me in 2017 to maintain everything the way I'm doing myself, between streaming all day, then rush down to make a meal, quick clean up, right back to stream, and then, some days I wake up, no lie, some days I'm waking up between 9, 10 in the morning, constantly working, and I don't get a moment to myself till after midnight. It's just constant movement and work and boom, 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 and not to say that I'm complaining because I love the life. I love my job. I do. But to be able to share my life with someone else and share the responsibility, not to be responsible for 100% of stuff in the house, would be a tremendous help. And being that, I would like my girlfriend to move in with me this coming year and make use of the house. That's the other thing, too. So people have said, well, Phil, you broke up with your ex earlier this year. You don't need that big house. True, but if I move to a small apartment and then I want to move in with my girlfriend, now we're back to square one. We're back to the same issue I had back in Connecticut. The reason I moved across the country to a bigger house was because my condo in Connecticut is a small, rinky-dink shithole. It really is. It's tiny. It's not big enough for two people. So what's the point of me moving out of this house to move back into a small place, and then my girlfriend moves in, and now we're crammed again? You know what I mean? The whole point here, folks, is that this is a situation that I didn't get myself into. This was the irresponsibility of someone who I trusted, who I paid thousands of dollars over the years to do my taxes, and everything we did this year was good. The changes were great. You guys were supporting me. Everything was going swimmingly, and we were on par to be fine in 2018, and then this happened. And it's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's complete bullshit. It's no one's fault that could have controlled anything. It's just a circumstance that I have to get past. There's been many of these in my life, and, that is the purpose of today's stream, is to try to raise funds, as many as possible, via various means, in order to help me out with this tax situation. All right? So that being said, all right, folks? That being said, today, the stream's going to be very different. In fact, I'm doing double stream today. Double stream, stream now and then a stream later today. I'm going to employ a lot of things on stream that many, many, many other streamers already use daily. Now, I don't. Because as you guys know, when I'm making gameplay videos, when I'm doing this streaming for you guys, the primary focus is not fundraising. The primary focus is to put out an entertaining gaming experience for you guys so that you have fun and you can watch ongoing playthroughs not only here on Twitch, but if you're not available to watch live on Twitch, you could go watch it on my YouTube channel, DSPGaming, right? You can get caught up there. And I want it to be an equivalent experience if possible. You know, I try not to be too intrusive, even though there are cheers, subs, and tips that I do shout-outs for. I try not to be too intrusive with what I do, so you could still watch a playthrough on YouTube and not feel like it's constantly being interrupted by, you know, donations and stuff like that coming into me. That being said, you know, I don't employ a lot of the things on a regular basis that other streamers do. On-screen tallies, you know, fundraising goals, sub goals. You know, I don't have any of those things. I just basically go my own way. Today, since this is a special thing where I am trying to raise funds, yes, I am going to employ those things. So, for example, today you're going to see on stream, I'm going to have a total number of subs counter. All right? I'm going to announce if and when we exceed the total number of subs that I've ever had and make a new record. By the way, we have, and I'm going to announce that when we start the actual gameplay of the stream. We've already hit a record high number of concurrent subs on this particular stream, which is pretty awesome. Okay? There's going to be a running tally of Patreon pledges. Because as you guys can see here on the pre-stream here, all right, as you can see, there is a monthly goal this month to play Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 redemption runs, all right? Now, we already know about this. I'm not going to go into massive detail about it. If you're a long-time fan of mine, you know that I played these games years ago. They were terrible playthroughs. I fucked around. I wasn't paying attention, all right? Infamously, there were some of the worst things I've ever done on the internet. People made fun of them, made this is how you don't play videos. It blew up. And now everyone on YouTube who's a toxic fucking idiot hates my guts because they don't realize that I don't play every game like that. But, you know, what I want to do is run through these games that are serious, that take the game seriously, and I actually try to do well. More in line with what I do today, by far, than what I used to do 6 years ago when I played those games. All right. So that being said, right now, if you guys aren't aware, last night I did hit the Tier 1 Patreon goal. Meaning I have actually exceeded my $1,125 goal. Meaning guaranteed I'll be playing either Metal Gear Solid 2 or 3 in the month of January. All right? It's going to happen. However, my goal for today for Patreon is to convince enough of you guys to pledge that I hit the Tier 2 goal. The Tier 2 goal is $2,000, meaning we have to raise about $875 today via Patreon. And if I do that, I'll be playing both games starting Monday, January 1st. I'll start with Metal Gear Solid 2. Boom. Start playing it, go through it every day, streaming it, and then when that's done, immediately start Metal Gear Solid 3. So it's going to be 2 straight weeks of Metal Gear Solid madness on stream. It's going to be crazy. There's going to be hype. There's going to be trolls. There's going to be positive people, fans. You know, it's going to be great. It's going to be just like my Dark Souls redemption run that I did in early 2017. All right. So that being said, folks, that's the first goal I'm trying to do. Can we raise the rest of the money needed to hit the Tier 2 Patreon goal? All right. Can we do it? We're going to find out. All right. I don't know if we're going to do it, but we're going to find out. That's number 1. Number 2, I am going to have a running tally of a tips goal as well. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't expect to raise this amount of tips. It would be amazing if we did, and it would be incredibly hype if we did, but I don't know if we're going to. But we're going to have an on-screen Patreon tally, an on-screen tips goal, and an on-screen total subs goal during the course of today's gameplay. Number 2, if you either pledge to my Patreon or you tip me, all right, I'm going to obviously give you a shout out because I do that anyway. But also today, whoever is the top tipper and the top pledgee will be getting status on my stream. It's going to be on screen. All right. So for those who, you know, are very generous today, you're basically going to be getting credit for that all day long. And what I'm hoping is having these on-screen goal totals, you know, these running tallies and these shout outs to the people who are the top, you know, contributors. It's going to motivate people to contribute today, all right? Now, in addition to all of that, I also have a new thing. It's called a cheer bar. What this is a cheers bar that's set up. So as people cheer with bits today, all right, it's going to fill up and it's going to change color. It's going to change status. And you might have heard, guys, already, as people have been cheering here on the pre-stream, there's a little noise that plays every time that someone cheers with bits, all right? I didn't even set that up. Apparently, it does it automatically. I didn't even know. So I had no idea it was even doing that. Now, that being said, some people already mentioned it and said, wow, that's weird. Phil never has these kind of sounds or whatever on his streams. I agree. So if people are really annoyed by it, I'd be more than happy to try to disable it. But most people on pre-stream were telling me it's not obtrusive at all. It's just a little, like a dink sound or whatever it is. So it's fine. And it doesn't really intrude at all, so leave it on for today's stream since this is a special stream, all right? So, that being said, folks, that's the deal with today. That's how it's going to go. And I hope that you guys enjoy the stream. You may be wondering, well, what kind of stream is this going to be? It's going to be PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which is the game where I really am able to be most interactive with my viewing audience. I'm able to respond to you guys cheering, subbing, and tipping constantly because there's so much downtime in the game. And the game usually gets really tense near the end. And, quite frankly, I've been actually getting better at the game. Recently, I've been doing a lot better at the game than when I started weeks ago. Last night, I had a top 2 finish. That was really tense. I had a top 4 finish. So I'm doing good. The more I play, the better I get. And I get the feeling that if I play this all day today, I'm probably going to get even better. And we'll see how it goes. Now, if people get bored of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, I have no problem switching over to, say, Fortnite Battle Royale. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And go from there. I don't want to get too much into promising you guys that I'm going to switch or whatever. Especially because if people are getting real hype and people are enjoying the PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, I don't want to say, oh, well, I promised I'll play Fortnite, guys, so sorry, I'm going to switch games now. It's going to be on the fly. It's going to be if people get bored of one thing, then I'll switch to the other. All right? It'll be more of a natural, organic switch rather than me just promising you that I'm going to do it. All right? So that being said, everybody, I certainly hope that today, all right, people will enjoy the stream. Whether or not you can contribute, I hope you'll still enjoy the stream, all right? The thing is, I understand there's viewers of mine and fans of mine that can't contribute. I get it. Dude, it's the holidays. A lot of people just dumped a lot of money on Christmas. I get that. You know, I'm in that, but I used to be right there with you guys, okay? But all that being said as well, I know there's some people out there who maybe, you know, want to help out, and now that they understand the seriousness and the levity, or the actual seriousness of the situation, where if I can't raise enough funds in the next couple of weeks to get out of this tax situation, that I have to basically sell my house, and not only will that be terrible for, you know, me personally, but for you guys, because you're not going to see as many streams, it's going to be lower quality moving forward, everything's going to be fucked up because of this. I think some people will be motivated, you know, to help out today. And I'm very, 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 very appreciative of any of you who decide to contribute today. Okay? I'm going to say this right now, folks. This is not a charity stream. This is not a charity stream. Say it again. This is not a charity stream. This is not charity. This is not you donating to a non-for-profit. It's not. I'm not raising funds to donate. It's for me to save my ass with this tax situation. That's why I'm doing the stream like this. That's why it's so different from what I usually do. That's why it's a special stream. All right, you understand that? It's different. It's not the same. Anyone saying that this is charity is lying. They're doing it on purpose to make me look bad. I never said that. I'm being completely transparent with you guys up front on purpose to avoid any kind of confusion. All right? If you think it's charity, you don't understand what charity is. And you should shut up. It's that simple. Okay? All right, everybody. So, there you go. So, number one, hopefully people will be pledging to Patreon today at patreon.com/darksidephil to make me, to help me hit that funding goal. Number two, hopefully people will be tipping me, because those are the two ways you can help today primarily, is between Patreon and tips. I get those right away, all right? And they help me out immensely with these taxes. Now, the cheers are still good. Subs are still good. Those are going to help me in February because they take about 2 months for all that to clear, and that's when I get paid for cheers and subs. It's a 2-month stagger, but that's not going to help me with the tax situation. So understand, guys, if you cheer or you sub to my channel, that's still good, and I'm very happy already. I told you we've hit the new record subs. I'll talk about that in a moment, but right now, the primary ways that you can help me, the ways that are helping me the most, would be to either pledge to my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil or to tip me. You might say, well, how do I tip you, Phil? Well, if you're watching the stream right now, all right, and you look below the stream on my Twitch page here, there's a grid of information, including the stream rules, the, links to all my YouTube channels, stuff like that. Right in that, there's a section on tips. It shows a picture of me posing with Pokemon. If you click on that, you can tip me, either anonymously or you can leave a message. And like I told you, there will be a running tally on screen. So we're going to know who's the biggest tipper today, who's the biggest Patreon pledgee today. And it will be an ongoing running tally. Okay? Sound good? All right. Now let's do some shout-outs, because by the way, folks, I should mention this. If you do cheer, sub, tip, or pledge to my Patreon today, any of those things, you will get a verbal shout-out during the course of my stream. Now, warning to those who have already done this, I'm not going to be giving shout-outs to trolls. People who come in and basically talk shit or spread misinformation or just being jerks. You will not get a shout-out. It's at my discretion what I shout out, all right? So, FYI, some people come in here and leave troll tips and stuff, and they're idiots because they're basically paying me money for stuff I'm never going to say. It's really stupid. But anyway, I will give you a shout-out, okay? Number 2, if you cheer 50 bits or more, all right, if you subscribe to the channel and click the share button when you do, or if you tip me $2 or more, you'll get an on-screen pop-up thank you notification as well in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. So you'll get both visual and verbal recognition for those contributions, which is great, okay? Very nice. Now, one quick thing in regards to subscriptions, since I'm mentioning subscriptions. Currently, if you're not a current subscriber of mine, they're 20% off. And if you want to gift a subscription, which has been a big thing over the past month, a new thing that Twitch has started, you can gift a subscription to someone else. You can gift it to a friend, a fellow stream chatter. You can just surprise someone, be a secret Santa to someone. You can just give them a subscription. Those are also 20% off. And that's lasting until January 6th. So if you feel like doing that, you want to help with the overall subs total and make me hit a new record today, great. That would be appreciated too. Okay? All right. Here we go, folks. It's time for shout-outs, and then we're going to begin. Okay, with the actual gameplay. All right, here we go. Let me scroll all the way down here. All right, let's get through these shout-outs. So, Critical for Days did a bunch of cheers on pre-stream and asked a couple questions. First, he says, have you ever thought of doing an edited playthrough? If no, why? Keep up the good work. I actually did do some edited style content a couple years ago. Didn't really catch on. The bottom line is people who do edited playthroughs have their own thing. It's their own niche, right? They got their own viewing audiences who don't want to see raw gameplay. What they want to do is they want to see a highly edited playthrough where a lot of the downtime is edited out. They just want to see, it's basically a best of. The funniest moments, the fails, scripted comedy, whatever you want to do. That's how they do it, all right? That's not my style. My style is very much live gameplay, raw, improv. That's why my live stream style works. Because I've been doing this way for 10 years. That's why when you watch my streams, they seem so natural. Gee, how can Phil play these games and do this natural commentary? And because that's how I've been doing it for 10 freaking years. I was one of the innovators on YouTube doing Let's Plays and playthroughs like that. Well, at the time when I was doing it, everyone else was doing either scripted stuff or they were doing like real hardcore walkthroughs. Okay? It wasn't popular to do videos the way that I do them or streams the way that I do them when I started doing them. It wasn't until later that it took off. So, will I ever do an edited playthrough? Probably not. I like doing it raw. And you can take that however as you want. All right. Critical for Days also asked, you missed the times when you could do or say anything that you wanted to while playing video games without someone getting offended. Of course. Back, again, 10 years ago on YouTube, it was the Wild West. You could say or do whatever you want. And not to say that it's right to say or do whatever you want. Say ridiculously racial insults and, personal things and, slanderous things. No, that's not right. But, there's a line you draw for comedy. But there was a time when you could say more generalized comedy when it had to do with, say, things like race or anything like that. And it was fun. Everyone would get the joke. Phil's just joking. He's an equal opportunity jokester. He's not, Now you say anything, oh my God, you're a racist, you're a bigot, you're a sexist, you're a fucking... Before the era of SJW, all right? And not to say that SJWs are horrible or bad in their core of what they do. All right, they're not. They're actually of a very noble cause. But the problem is when you get so overblown with SJW causes that things get completely out of control, all right? And that's what's happened, is now SJWs need to nitpick every possible fucking thing on the planet. So God forbid Phil make a joke that maybe one tiny 0.0000001% of the viewing audience gets offended. God forbid, now we got to tell you it fills all these terrible things. It's ridiculous. YouTube really has changed from a place that used to be an open, warm atmosphere. You play a game, you have fun with it, people enjoy the gameplay because it's free, and everyone has fun. Now it's toxic as fuck. It's become this disgusting, fetid, toxic website. Everyone just wants to be there to shit on somebody. No one's there to have fun anymore. Everyone just wants to troll. It's disgusting, and it's Google's fault. Google changed the website so many times over the years and turned it into what it is now. And that's why you have a website of overdramatic, drama queen, toxic people who all they want to do is cause drama and cause trouble and insult people, and that's it. And, you know, it sucks. Because, you know, that's where I got my start, YouTube, and now I kind of have to eventually, you know, phase it out if I can because it's just so nasty. It really is. All right. All right, Critical for Days, that's another question. He said, when all your problems are over and done, would you do a celebration stream? Well, here's the thing, and people don't realize this. In life, folks, whenever all your problems are over and done, that never happens. There are people who win the lotto, they become multimillionaires, and they still have terrible lives. There's always going to be another hurdle to overcome. There's always going to be another mountain to climb. There's always going to be another challenge, all right? But most certainly, I would like to say at some point that I'm financially stable and I don't have to do this kind of shit anymore. And then I would certainly like to do a big celebration. I don't know if that's ever going to happen just because of the nature of the business. You know, let's look at all the volatility we've had on the internet, you know, with YouTube ad revenue, Twitch changes, net neutrality is maybe be going away in the United States. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, all right? We don't. There's always going to be volatility when it comes to this kind of stuff. But that being said, could things certainly get a lot better? And then we can just... The bottom line is, rather than do, I want to do a celebratory stream to say it's all over, I'd rather just never have to do this kind of shit ever again when it comes to me doing a pre-stream and asking you for money. Just say, listen, cheer subs and tips are there. If you'd like to do them, great. I'll give you a shout out, and that's it. And we're done. But instead, you know, I have to go through all these hoops and shit because all this stuff keeps creeping up, and it pisses me off too. I know it pisses you off. It pisses me off too, man. Seriously. All right, Purio Niku did a 10-bit cheer and said, let's do the sound test. Well, I think you guys can hear the sound that it's working now, so that's good. Shout out to Brock Lesnar 97, who subscribed to the channel for the 3rd month in a row. Thank you for the resub, Brock. Thank you for the ongoing support. You've earned yourself the silver chat crown badge. He says, Phil, thanks for the awesome streams. Really enjoying your LA Noire playthrough. I am too. It looks like I may finish the game tomorrow. We'll see. But I'm really enjoying replaying that game after 6.5 years being away from it. To re-experience it now has been a lot of fun. So, Daniel B. did a $1 tip. He says, old cactus reflecting charge. I have no idea what that means. But thank you for the $1 tip, Daniel B. Resident Evil Beating did a 10-bit cheer. He says, what date in the new year will you put a video on your YouTube front page about your Twitter and Twitch streaming info to help you get more followers? Soon, in fact, what I'm going to do is, as you guys know, I'm currently working on my year-end series. Hint, hint, if you guys haven't seen, last night I released part 2 of my most disappointing games of 2017 countdown on my DSPGaming channel. Once I'm done with those, then I'm going to do my Game of the Year awards. And once that's done with, then I will create my new channel trailer that I will put up on my main DSPGaming page to try to get people to come to Twitter to get my daily schedules and to come to Twitch for my daily streams. So it's going to be right after the end of my year-end series, okay? Amoxtrus did a 10-bit cheer. He says, these remixes bring back memories. He's talking about the musical remixes I played on pre-stream today. Zah Rastafari, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Zah Rastafari, for the sub. I appreciate it. Brittany gave me $1 and said, it's a win-win. If you get enough money, you stay in Washington. If you move back to Connecticut, old DSP is back. That's not true at all. Do you guys not remember how it was when I was in Connecticut? I think a lot of people don't. I think people look through these rose-colored glasses, all right? Number one, when I lived in Connecticut in the condo, all right, the audio quality was bad. It was echoey. It was very echoey. Even when I did direct capture and streaming, it was always echoing. People complain, why does it sound like Phil has an echo when he does his gameplay videos? Because I didn't have an office with soundproofing foam. I didn't have the setup that I have now. It was a very different setup. It was lower quality. It wasn't as good, all right? Number two, If I move back to Connecticut, my taxes go back up, so I'm right back to where I was. I'm back in a situation where I'm paying more money on taxes, having a lot of issues financially. Number 3, the internet quality sucked. The internet constantly went out in Connecticut multiple times a year. There were times when an entire week I couldn't fucking live stream because the internet kept fucking up. Because in that condo, it's a bajillion units, like 100 units. They all running out of the same cable box in the fucking basement of the condo. I asked Cablevision / Optimum Online to fix it about 25 times, and they never would. They were basically told they're not allowed to fix the situation. It would be too expensive. So if I move back there, constantly fluctuating internet, inconsistent streaming because the internet sucks. All right? Would not be a good situation at all. And then the other thing, this is what a lot of people, well, if Phil goes back to Connecticut, that means he could start doing co-op again with John Rambo. Are you nuts? 2 years ago, John Rambo and Howard made it abundantly clear. All right? They don't want to do anything with me anymore. All right? They don't. They're done with it. That was in the past. They moved on. And it's been 2.5 years, guys. It's time to fucking, actually, no, it's actually been 3.5 years since I moved. It's time to wake up. Just because if I'm forced to move back to a shitty condo in Connecticut with bad internet and a lower quality streaming and everything, doesn't mean things are going to go back to normal and they're going to be better. They're not. In fact, they're going to be inevitably worse. All right? It's just going to be worse. The weather's worse out there. I can't shovel snow. I still have my back injury, I can't shovel snow and all that. It's just going to be worse. It's going to go right back to being shitty again. This is the last 3.5 years of my life living in Washington have been great. This is the place I want to stay. I've said this many times. This is the place I want to stay for the rest of my life, if I can. I love the weather out here. I love the people. Everything is within driving distance from me. This is the ideal for me. I never want to become better than this. You know what I mean? Phil's aspiration is to make even more money and get a bigger house. No, I'm fine where I am. I just want to stay where I am for the rest of my life. I'd be perfectly happy. But situations just keep creeping the fuck up that don't really want to allow me to do that for some reason. No, moving back to Connecticut would be terrible. It would. You have no idea. You really have no idea. You're talking months of me not streaming consistently because of it. It's not going to be good. People have these crazy aspirations and wild dreams. It's not a win-win. It's very, very much I keep the house and I stay here and things stay great and positive in 2018, or it's going to be a shitty year. It's going to be a really shitty year, and I don't want it to be a shitty year, which is why I'm doing this special event today. Critical for Day says, you sound sick. Are you okay? I'm not sick. Maybe a little congested or whatever, but I'm not sick. I don't even know what you mean. I'm not coughing. I'm not congested, so I don't even know what you're talking about. All right, let's see. Captain DCW did a 15-bit cheer. He says, I just finished Super Mario Odyssey a few minutes ago. Congrats. The game's great. One of the best of the year, if not the best of the year. All right. Electrum Guy did a 10-bit cheer. Critical Days did another 10-bit cheer. He said, congrats on hitting the Tier 1 Patreon goal. I hope the Tier 2 goal gets hit soon. Well, listen, there's only a day and a half left for me to hit the Tier 2 Patreon goal. All right? There's only a day and a half left. So if we don't hit it, it means I'm only playing one game, and it sucks because it means there's going to be a big delay because I have to hold a poll and all that. I don't want to do that. All right? I want to just start playing on Monday. So please, folks, patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. One of the big things I'm going to be pushing today constantly. About $825 left, or excuse me, I think it's $850 left to reach the goal. We could definitely do it. Please pledge. All right. Captain DCW did another 50-bit cheers. We keep hearing a noise. Yes, I told you, that's the bits bar that I added today. Every time someone cheers with bits, you hear a little boop, or whatever it is. I told you if it's intrusive, I'll get rid of it. But so far, people haven't really been complaining about it too bad, so there you have it. Guitar Player 1939 did a 245-bit cheer and says #charity. All right. Very nice. Thank you. And then, oh, by the way, you don't have to do #charity anymore. That ended. Just so everyone knows, people had been cheering with #charity. It was donating to charity via Twitch. It ended yesterday. So if you do cheer with bits, you don't have to do #charity anymore. It will not donate to charity anymore. They ended that yesterday. Okay? Just so no one's stressing out to do it, and then you find out, Okay. Guitar Player 1939 also resubbed for the second month in a row, so thank you for the resub, Guitar Player. All right. Captain DCW did an 1850-bit cheer. That definitely is going to make him the cheerleader for today's stream. Absolutely, and he still is. So thank you very much. Thank you very much to Captain DCW for that very large cheer. Very much appreciated. OC Ray subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much, OC Ray, for the sub. Very nice. AES 0411 did a 10-bit cheer. He says, if God forbid you won't be able to pay the taxes, when would you begin the procedure of selling the house? Probably February, right? If I can't pay these taxes at the end of January, if I can't afford all this that's going on, I'm already going to be in default. And so I'll probably just have to tell the guy, listen, I'm in default. I'm going to be in default. There's no way I can pay the taxes. I got to sell my house. So you got to wait. And then I'll probably, start calling real estate agents. What else can you do, right? AES 0411. Excuse me, I already gave you a shout out. Oops. Nolbert 87 did a 10-bit cheer. He said, roses are red, violets are blue, trolls are ugly, and they have small dicks too. King of Very nice. King of Hypocrisy did a 10-bit cheer. Says, any chance you could sing some songs? No. Brock Lesnar did another 10-bit cheer. He says, is this a charity stream? No. I think he was joking. Haseo X4 did a 10-bit cheer. He said, every little bit helps, so keep it up. That's correct. Thank you very much. Guitar Player also did a $5 tip. That's the biggest tip we did today, so it looks like Guitar Player will probably be starting off. You'll see on the leaderboard that I'm going to have here going. He'll be the top cheerer for the day, or the top tipper for the day so far. He says, keep up the good work. Don't let the trolls keep you down. Thank you, Guitar Player. Troll McTrollface tipped me $1. I said, I want you to stop making videos, so I'm going to endlessly keep throwing money at you to motivate you to stop. I know. That seems to be the mentality of the trolls. Figure that one out. B2Gamer321 did a 10-bit cheer. He says, there's always going to be another mountain, and you're always going to want to make it move. That's right. Thank you, Miley Cyrus. Gucci the Jacuzzi did a 50-bit cheer. He says, Phil, what's wrong with SJWs? Don't you like the new Star Wars films where every antagonist is a white male and protagonists are all either black dudes or females? Okay, then. All right. Let's see here. Whoa. Mountain Dew Slayers did a 10-bit cheer and said the Insane Clown Posse is a terrible band. Wow. I am not going to comment on that. There you go. Krusty Tube Sock. Wow. Krusty Tube Sock directly responded to the Gucci guy who cheered with a 10-bit cheer. He says, gee, imagine being silly enough to be upset about the new Star Wars movies being more inclusive. Inclusivity does not equal SJW. Well, there you go. Shout out to Haunt/1989, who did a 10-bit cheer. He said, feed me, Seymour, feed me. Okay. Let's see here. DSP #1 fan dude did a 10-bit cheer and asked if I ever saw The Room. No, I did not. I've seen clips of it, but I have not actually seen the actual movie itself. All right, I think everyone's seen clips or videos making fun of it, but I've not seen the actual movie itself. So there you go. All right, what else? Keep going. We're almost done with the shout-outs, folks. We've got Andersack. Just subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Andersack, for the sub. I appreciate that. Shout out to Obska, who did a 100-bit cheer and says, shout out to the real Google who is salty as fuck in DMs that I support you. Fuck him, DSP for life. There you go. Shout out to King of Hypocrisy, who did another 10-bit cheer. He said, with all the nonsense yesterday, I'm curious, what's your favorite type of brownie? Anything that's obviously chocolate. Duh, why am I an idiot? Because they have brownies that aren't chocolate, right? I don't like brownies that have too much, shit. Like, for example, brownies with caramel and shit on them. That's, too much for me. Just, some kind of a rich chocolate brownie that's moist when you eat it. That's my favorite kind. Shout out to Tokyo Trump, who did a 10-bit cheer. Thank you very much. And, of course, there were a few troll cheers in there, folks, that I ignored. I apologize if I missed anyone's cheer. All right? So that being said, folks, let's take a look, because I'm actually going to update today's totals already, which you're going to see in a moment. So let's see. Let me check on the current Patreon goal, because it went up. I'm going to check on everything and update everything here. All right? So the current Patreon goal level is $1,128. The stretch goal this month is $2,000. So we're actually close to hitting it. Well, I didn't say close, but we're on our way. We're on track to hit it. Okay, if we can get people to pledge today. So I'm updating that total right now. The current top patron for today is Jordan J. He did a $10 Patreon pledge earlier today. If anyone again just pledged to my Patreon today, the total will go up. I'll announce it. I'll give you a shout out on stream. And if you top Jordan J's pledge of $10. you will be on stream or on screen today, as you'll see. All right, so far today we've raised $8 in tips. I'm updating that total right now. The current top tipper is Guitar Player 1939. I'm putting that right now. With his $5 tip. So I'm going to update that. You're going to see all this in a moment. And let's take a look at our running subs total. We're up to 346 subscribers. That's the most I've ever had. So I'm going to update that as well. It's a new record. Thank you everyone who subbed already today. Maybe we'll get even higher. But a great record, right? 346. Boom. Very nice. All right, hold on. We just got a few more tips coming in. So I'm going to update the totals again. This is what I'm going to have to do all day today. I'm going to be constantly updating totals between matches of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Martin just tipped me $3. He said, hey, Phil, have a happy new year. Would you ever do a fan meetup? I've done them in the past, but usually they're at public events like conventions. Would I ever do another fan meetup? I don't know. The bottom line is, folks, sadly, I hate to say this, with the amount of negativity of these really mentally ill people who try to fuck with me, I've heard there's people, no lie, on the internet who constantly are talking about trying to find me in real life and jump me and beat me up and do all this kind of fucked up stuff. I don't honestly know if doing a public event meet and greet would even be a good idea at this point. And you know, that's sad to say, I know. But it's kind of the deal is that it's a real fucked up world we live in. And there's some real fucked up people. They're very angry that I'm successful. They're very angry that I'm still here after 10 years. So, yeah. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't even know if it would be safe. You might have some crazy assholes. You know, people swatting and shit is serious enough. Now, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. All right. Shout out to Monique, who just tipped me $20. That certainly is going to make Monique the top tipper for today. So I'm going to go ahead and update that right now. And I'm going to update our tips total as well. Oops. And so, we're currently now at $32 in tips. Very nice. Thank you, guys. Let me update that. Basically, between every match of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, I'm going to be updating this. Alright, what do we got here? Tanamouter just did a 346-bit cheer. And he said, new record. Yeah, new record subs. Thank you very much, Tanamouter, for the cheer. I appreciate that. And Nick just tipped me $1. He says, for my 19th birthday, the waiter gave me a free white chocolate brownie at the bar to go with my first beer. It was delicious. I never had a white chocolate brownie. I have no idea what that even would be like. But thank you, Nick, for the $1 tip. That puts us up to $33 in tips, right? No, it's actually 32. I already did the correct total. Okay. All right, everyone. So, just a couple quick reminders, and then we'll get started. Number one, if you want to help me out the most today, the two things that I'm really pushing. Number one, patron pledges. Patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. If you pledge to me today, I'll give you a shout out. If you are the largest pledgee for the day, you'll constantly be on stream as a shout out. The person right now who has the top pledge is Jordan J. And we'll see if anyone can top that. I'm pushing right now to raise about $850 in patron pledges today to hit the $2,000 goal so that I can play both Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 starting on January 1st. Number two, the other way you can really help me today is to tip me. All right. Tips as well. Top tipper will always get credit on the stream. Right now it's Monique with $20. And I have a goal that I'm reaching towards for that today as well. All right. Sounds good. Now, if you want to cheer with bits or if you want to sub, that's great as well. There will be tallies for those as well. But those I don't get till February. Those definitely help me. But FYI, right now I really am doing a push for Patreon and for tips. All right. Sound good? All right, everybody. Let's do this. It's time to end the pre-stream and start with actual gameplay. We'll have lots of interactivity. As you know, the PlayerUnknown's Battleground streams are always incredibly interactive. Oh, by the way, Tokyo Trump, give me another 10-bit cheer. Thank you for that, Tokyo Trump. All right. Critical for Day says I missed his cheer. I'm sorry, man. I apologize. Let me scroll down and see if I missed it. Oh, here we go. You're right. I did. Critical for Days did a 20-bit cheer. He said, I saw streamers do text-to-voice speech when someone tips cheers. What do you think of doing it? No. And the reason I say no, if you guys aren't aware, what they do, especially a stream like this with trolls, they would immediately start saying things like racist stuff, you know, slurs to insult people, basically nasty stuff that's not allowed on Twitch, and I'd get in trouble, so I cannot do that, okay? All right, and shout out to Chief Big Pooh, who just subscribed to the channel, which means we're now at a new record again. We're now at 347 subscribers and growing. What will be the final subscriber count by the end of today? I don't know. Already we got a great start. We're already at the highest ever. So this gives me really positive feeling about how today's going to go, folks. Okay? All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. It's time to get started with PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Let's do this. Here we go.